Hi, it's Mike Apgar. Thanks for joining me today. And what we're going to do today is we're going to go over some of the basics of down payment assistance programs. Okay, so my down payment assistance programs, they come in many different forms, many different programs. Down payment assistance, money or grant money programs, closing cost assistance, all different types of programs, all with many different variables and different qualifying principles. Okay, so let's just say to give you an example of how it works, we're going to use a hypothetical example of a $300,000 house. Again, could be 100,000, 200,000, 400, doesn't matter. But for our example, let's just say that the purchase price of a home that you want to buy is $300,000. And let's just say that you apply and I get you approval of 97 LTV or 97% of the $300,000 purchase price. Now, if you're not sure what LTV is, I did another video on that. You can check that out. But basically, it's that you're getting 97% of the purchase price. So again, 97% of $300,000 is $291,000 that we're going to lend you. That leaves a literal down payment of $9,000. So let's just say that you don't have the $9,000 or that you don't want to spend $9,000. Okay, so I would then try to qualify you for one of my down payment assistance programs. Okay, so let's just say in our example that I get you qualified for a 4% down payment assistance. Again, could be 1%, 2%, 5%, there's different programs. But let's just say that I get you qualified for 4%. So 4% of $300,000 is $12,000. And remember, your literal down payment, again, is $9,000. So my program covers all of your down payment, plus leaves you $3,000 left over towards your closing cost. So let's just say in our example that your closing costs are $10,000. And obviously I can't say exactly what your closing costs are going to be because there's different variables like what your property taxes might be on the house that you choose or who you choose for homeowners insurance, different things like that. Okay, but again, let's just say that your closing costs are $10,000. So we've got $12,000 in down payment assistance. $9,000 went to cover your down payment. That leaves $3,000 left over to cover a portion of your closing cost. Okay, so again, your closing costs were $10,000. That leaves you with $7,000 left to cover. Okay, so let's just say that you don't want to cover that $7,000 or that you don't have the $7,000, but you still want to buy a home. Okay, so then what we do is we ask for what's called seller help. So let's say we ask for $4,000 in seller help. Again, could be more, could be less. Now, if the seller agrees to this, then look what happens here. Now, this is getting real interesting because that $7,000 that you were going to have to cover, now that's down to $3,000. Okay, now does this happen? Yes, it does. I've seen sellers agree to the right offer with $10,000 in seller help. Is this real? Yes, it is. Are these numbers exact? No. Again, there's different variables. So that said, this is an example of how I put people in homes with very, very little money out of pocket. Okay, so Mike, you mentioned seller help. Why would a seller want to do that? Why would a seller want to help pay a portion of my closing costs? All right, so now sticking with our example of a $300,000 house, this seller would need to be selling the house for $300,000, but would need to be comfortable with netting $296,000. Now, this may be the best offer that they're getting. Now, again, they're not actually bringing that $4,000 to the closing table. No, it's just an adjustment at the table from their proceeds from their end. And your realtor will talk to me and we'll get together on what it is you qualify for so he or she, your realtor, can write up the offer the way it needs to be structured. Okay. So now, is everyone going to qualify for this program? No. No, they're not. Okay, but is it difficult to qualify for? No, it's not. You can qualify with okay credit. You can qualify with what some people would consider bad credit. In some cases, I've seen people, have open charge-offs and collections, and they've been allowed to leave them open. In some cases, I can qualify you with scores around 600. Now, are you going to qualify with $10,000 in open collections? No, no, you're not. Are you going to qualify if you had a bankruptcy 6 months ago? Again, no, no, you're not. But I will do as much as I possibly can to get you qualified so that you and your family can get off the cycle of renting and you can become homeowners. Okay, again, it's Mike Apgar. Thanks for listening.